Alright, hello everybody, this is David again, aka Fairmare4731, bringing you yet another online multiplayer Empire Total War match, and I'm playing in this match with LordDar44, and you can see I'm playing once again as Prussia, and also LordDar is also playing as as Prussia as well. And we are playing against two opponents, and one of which is playing as the British, the other is playing as the Ottoman Empire, and this was a very enjoyable match. I must say the two opponents we went up against were very hilarious. I can't even begin to tell you all the funny things that they posted in the chat box, because I can't remember them all, but my gosh, they were absolutely hilarious, especially the Ottoman player. Man, they were a lot of fun to play up against. But anyways, they're taking the hill, and they are both consolidating their forces there. The Ottomans going to be taking their right flank, our left, and the British will be taking the opposite flank. Now, LordDar is going to be facing up against mostly the British player, and I'll be facing up mostly against the Ottoman. And you can see I'm moving my forces over to come around and wrap around to the Ottoman player. Now, he's going to be close to the tree line, so I'm trying to bring up my forces to utilize the trees as kind of a screening force, because I know the trees will block most of the shots, both of mine and his, but it will slow the pace so we can wait for them to make a mistake. And we've both positioned our artillery up here on the hills, and both of us will be taking shots at them. It's a really good position because we can shoot down their line, and actually with the shrapnel shot we can hit 2 units if they line up, which we do quite a bit of. Now, the Ottoman player tries to make a charge with his cav, and as I'm moving up to try and catch me off guard, but doesn't really go as he, I think, had hoped for. He ends up taking a pretty good beating on this one. And this is one that, like I said, they were pretty funny. The Ottoman player actually chatted out before he started the charge. He actually texted out that he was going to charge. Yeah. So I knew it was coming, so I stopped a lot of my infantry there. And yeah, it was pretty funny. He also put some other things, but I won't put that in here. Anyways, I bring over my light dragoons and shoot into his back with my line, and my lights I pull back so that they won't get hit by the cav charge. And anyways, he tries to pull out, and he does get some of his cav out of there, but I do get a lot of shots on him and deplete them pretty good. So that charge didn't really work out, I think, as he had hoped to. You can see a lot of the shots going over. And yeah, so that was the first little engagement of the battle, and I will be now continue to move over, and you can see in the background artillery is firing into their lines, and Ottoman player is going to try and regroup his cav and think about the next move. Now, most of the Ottomans units are going to be hidden from me at this point, but I know they're pretty much in the trees, so I'm going to move up there to start my assault on that flank. And the British player is going to get a little antsy from being constantly hit by all the artillery and believe he's going to start moving up towards LordDar. So here you can see our cavalry is massing on the flank, and you can see some of the shots where I don't know if that's my artillery or LordDar's, but we're hitting the British line in the front, and it's going back and it's hitting into the Ottoman lines and right behind it. So nice grouping of kills, and LordDar, you can see the British players massing up on the flank, and LordDar is going to counter that extremely quickly and actually engulf the British player on that flank very rapidly. So great move on his part, and you'll be able to kind of see some of the action that goes on over there. You see the British player is trying to maneuver, and he's just going to take a beat down by his line. Let you kind of watch some of this action down the line. Yeah, not really the place you kind of want to be on the battlefield. That's where the British player is. Man. And why not throw in some artillery, right? Got to. So anyways, you can see some of the, some of the pain they're feeling. And in that time, I'm actually had a cav charge on me on this side, and you can see I'm gonna pull out my light dragoons out of that massive cav fight, and that way I don't take too much loss on them, and use my hussars to win that cav fight. And you can see over here, I wasn't paying attention, and the British player was coming up on my artillery, so LordDar told me about that, so I'll be pulling out that artillery, and he goes after his flank over there, and I kind of wanted to leave a little bit of a gap there to encourage them to come down and out, and we could, then be able to exploit some more gaps and come up behind them, which it did work. So you'll be able to see over here on this flank there'll be some shifting, and I'm gonna try to take advantage of that here in a little bit. You can see some of the fighting in the woods, and you can see the British player trying to make his move on that flank, which he definitely feels the pressure to start making some kind of advance, because the center is not going his way, and neither is the other flank. So you can see I'm going to bring my cav up behind. I'm going to smash through this British line, and I'm going to go right in and hit the British player in the back while he's absorbing some fire from the front. And he's going to try and pull his guys over to meet me as I charge, but then he changes his mind, so a little indecision on that part, and that makes for a nice little charge and disruption, all the while he's getting shot. So yeah, I love those hussars, especially the second hussars for the Prussians. Love that unit. And over here you can see not such a good move on my part. Yeah. Wooden steak sandwich for my poor goons. That pretty much takes care of my light dragoons. What an end. But at least I know where the steaks are now. So the rest of my cav on that flank will go around. And he does have some, you can see I'm pulling out on the other flank. I'm pulling my cav out, and I'm going to start hitting both flanks with my cav now. And as I move around, you know, he has camel troops back there, and you can see as I on the other flank, you know, before I get to that, on the other flank, LordDar's got that wrapped up. But anyways, you'll see I'll be able to run around the camel troops because they're just so slow. So they're just not gonna know what to do, and all the while I'm shooting at them. So anyways, it's pretty much cavalry gone amok at this point. Both of our calves are just unleashing cav charges all over the place, and you can see LordDar doing that here. Yeah, it's just not going to be good. And about this point, I believe both of our opponents drop, either quit or drop. I don't know which, but you know, it's pretty much a good game at this point anyway. But still is quite a bit of fun running around the battlefield, just charging into the backs of their guys at this point. So yeah, definitely a very fun match. Had a blast in this game. Definitely the opponents, you know, some of the conversation they had just made it a lot of fun. So anyways, this one's gonna be pretty much wrapped up. And as always, I appreciate you coming to watch my videos, and you know, it's always a lot of fun. Obviously playing the battles, but you know, definitely making the videos. It gives me a chance to see some of the mistakes I make and correct on those, and you know, so this has just been a great experience doing this. So I appreciate everything, everyone, and keep watching, and let me know what you think. Alright, have a good one.